Let's talk about the underhand method of casting. It's popularized by Goran Anderson. Little what I know about it. The idea is if I'm going to aim straight towards the camera, I'm going to lift, I'm going to rotate, and right here, that's my target, is where I stir the pot with my bottom hand. It goes out, oops. Bottom hand goes half circle, stir the pot, and cast. So lift, rotate the body, stir the pot with the bottom hand, cast, lift, cast, okay? Did I do that right? Lift, rotate, stir the pot, or stir the pot, cast, bottom hand pull. Now, so I do use this. I do use it a lot when I'm fishing because you don't always have to cast far, right? So if you really want to work on your touch and go casting, which I do even with a sink tip and a Skagit setup, I use a lighter shooting head and a moderate sink tip, nothing crazy. Here I've got a kind of a bigger fly, Scott Crosby's Blue Bomber, and so I fish like this a lot. See, I'm backed up to the brush, the river's out that way, so I'll fish it through, and then I want to get my fly right back in the water, so I'll lift, rotate, cast, and get it right back in the water and fish it. So let's talk about the stirring the pot part, because that can be a little bit nuancy to help you set that anchor. And each cast you got to feel your way through. Let me get it out there. So if I'm fishing it through, I'm gonna lift kind of high, rotate, stir the pot, and cast, okay? And so what happens is we don't want to lift, rotate, mechanically stir the pot and cast. We want to feel our way through the stirring of the pot with our tempo and the shape of our top hand. What really helps is after I lift and rotate, I really want it to very smoothly and feeling the same weight in my rod tip. I'm going to lift, rotate, and then smoothly push out while I'm going out and around with my top hand. But I want to feel my way through this part right after the lift, going back. I want that to be very smooth, and it's push with the bottom hand, but the top hand rotates around really nice and smooth. So you've got contact with the water and your fly, lift, and then this part after you lift has to be smooth for the 14th time. And then you don't really want to just do this big accelerating thing, but you may change your tempo a little bit right in here when you set through the first part of the sweep and when you set your anchor. It might help you to accelerate a tad, but you don't get crazy. Acceleration isn't really a thing in underhanded casting like it might be with a long belly line. It's very creamy right there. So I'm going to lift, rotate, and I'm going to pay special attention to my top hand and the smoothness, the rod tip path. I want it to go up, okay, It's always after you lift and sweep. It's got to be flat and maybe go up. You don't want to do a big dippy thing. So let me just do it in real time how I would fish it. Yeah, I'd probably. Okay, so I'm fishing through and lift, rotate it very slowly. Boom, really nice cast, but I'm not casting a long way. It'll really help you develop your touch and go casting if you use it as much as you can and use it for the short cast. You can change when you get to the long cast. Lift, rotate. Boom. It's just so easy with these short heads. I'm not just gonna lift it and then what you see a lot that can happen is guys will lift and then think stir the pot like for practice and just stir the pot really fast. You want to stir smooth, slow. If you are gonna accelerate, maybe when you set your anchor, you barely do it. You feel your way through it. You get a nice creamy feeling. It's a creamy feeling. You can't mistake it. I want it to feel heavy throughout. I don't want to ever lose that heaviness and that weight. Smooth. I almost took my head off. But the idea is when my top hand goes up, I want to draw that anchor like I want it to set in the water. I just want to draw this sweet shape of an anchor in the bottom of the D-loop coming up. You push with your bottom hand to get it, but you guide with that top hand. The top hand is really important. So you want to feel your way through. It's an enjoyable way to cast, great way to fish. See, I am backed up to the bank. Here's where I'm fishing. See, I'm in this little covey thing. So I don't have a lot of room. So if I lift really high, push, rotate, that sucks. But I got all kinds of problems, okay? Okay, see how slow I stirred that pot? My anchor stuck a little bit, but you get the idea. Stir the pot slowly. Feel through the cast with your top hand. Rotate. Holy shit. Draw that. It's not going well here. I'm not editing this. You just gotta lift, rotate, and cast, okay? Don't randomly stir the pot fast. Stir the pot nice and slow after you rotate. That super light anchor. Get that cast to spring off your rod. One more time. Okay, see how smooth and slow that bottom hand was? Smooth, slow, creamy, loady, feely. Off she goes. We don't give her the onion for the underhand cast.